Hi, so right now I'm doing day 8 of the 10 Things About Me challenge. So for day 8, I have to say 10 things that I do every day. For me, this one was kind of a dull one because I do like all these generic things every day. Obviously, I sleep every day, most days. I've actually gone to all-nighters before sometimes, which is terrible. I don't ever recommend doing that. Brush my teeth every day, shower every day, and blah 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 blah. So I tried to put things here that were a bit more specific than just, general typical stuff I do every day. So here it is, the 10 things I do pretty much every day. So starting with number 1. Number 1 on the list, I put down eat fruit. I've talked about eating fruit already, and yeah, I just eat fruit every day. I cannot go a single day without having some form of fruit in my body. So this morning I had bananas. I bought some more bananas because I really want to eat more bananas later, probably around dinner time. I'm craving apples, so I bought some more apples today. I'll probably have more later, and some grapes. Just kind of really easy stuff I could just pick up at the store. So yeah, I eat fruit every day. All right, number 2 on my list, I have reading. So every single day, I can't go an entire day without reading something. So sometimes it's ebooks, sometimes it's just from the news. I usually go to CNN. I don't know if it's like the best online source for news, but sometimes like CNN, I used to always go into the Toronto Star, but I don't do it as often anymore. Yeah, and I have to go onto these things, try to read something if I'm not in the middle of reading anything else. Sometimes I can just go on it at my break. Like I have these 5-minute breaks between classes. That's all I get at my school. I go in from 3 and then I leave at 10, and the only break I really get is like this 5-minute break. So I'll just sit there and like read things on CNN, just try to catch up with some of the latest stuff going on in the world. And if I'm not reading that, then sometimes at nighttime I'll read things like fanfic or ebook or just something. Just so I'm always reading. Like I have to read something every day. All right, number 3 on my list, I put down apply skin cream. So I'm very like, I didn't like how my skin, it always gets very dry in Asia. I think a lot of it has to do with all the smog that we get coming in from China. Even when I lived in China, it was a lot worse. My skin was just dry all the time. So I have to apply skin cream every single day to be the least bit happy with the way my skin feels. And so I use special, like, it's called Moistful, and I got it from the Etude House, which is this Korean shop. I don't know if it's actually Korean. I always just assumed it was French, but maybe it's not a French brand. Maybe it's a Korean brand, but they have a French name. So yeah, I have to apply that every single day. Sometimes I have quite a few face masks. I like to buy them when they're on discount, so I apply face masks at nighttime too. So I always have to have nice, soft skin. That's the thing. All right, number 4 on my list. 4, I had put down prepare lessons. Even on days when I don't work or teach, I have to prepare lessons. It's stuff, I can't escape it. My workplace, they assigned us tablets. So like, for example, here's my tablet. Hello, kitty. And so I actually teach all my lessons on this. And for these tablets, we're doing something right now, like this new course where we have to, like a book study course. That means on the days, even when I don't teach, I'm reading the book and taking notes because I have to teach that book in class. And even when that doesn't happen, I have to teach things like grammar or other stuff. I sometimes teach a bit of grammar. It's usually for the lower levels. So pretty much, even when I'm not at work, I have to be at home doing stuff related to work. So so I can't escape it every single day. There's always something slightly work related that I'm probably gonna end up doing. All right, number 5, I go on Tumblr. Tumblr I find is just really easy to use, and it's like a really quick distraction. So if I'm not usually in between classes, I try not to go on at work, but if I'm, like for example, I just went out for some food, and when I was there, I decided to use the Wi-Fi, and then I was just on Tumblr reblogging stuff as I was eating, because I usually do things by myself. There's not many expats who live in my area. There's my coworkers, but they're usually off like doing their other stuff when they're not working. So I usually do a lot of things by myself. So let's going to see movies, going out for food, I do that stuff by myself. So I always bring like my phone with me, and then I could just either do work while I'm eating food, or I can reblog things on Tumblr. Just like quick go through reblog. Yeah. All right, number 6. So number 6, I put down chat with friends outside the country. Truthfully, there are days where I'm not able to chat with any friends, but I try to at least like leave comments on Facebook, or at least communicate with them on some kind of messenger every single day. It's incredibly difficult. Everyone is like I have friends in all sorts of different countries. I have some of my friends that are in Japan, so I'll message them. Like for them, it's more convenient for us to be messaging because we're in the same time zone. So I can just kind of message them any time of the day when I'm awake. Whereas for friends who are in North America, it's like still impossible to be online at the same time when they are, because my mornings are usually spent preparing lessons, and even when I'm online and trying to chat with people, I'm like here, like in my apartment, like, you know, trying to read through a book at the same time, or like trying to write like student messages, and like there's just so much stuff I have to do for my school. So it's very difficult for me to talk with them. But anyone who's in the Eastern Hemisphere, like even if they're from, like I have some friends who are in China, it's very difficult for them to get onto some of these messaging platforms because of all the censorship and the websites that are blocked. But if anyone's on something that I can communicate with them with and they're in the Eastern Hemisphere, I'm more likely to communicate with those people more often. So it's not that I don't love my friends in North America, we're just different time zones, it's so difficult. So I try to chat with everyone every single day, unless I get caught up with work, where literally it's like I get up, I have to go to do like meetings or to do training or something. Like these just happen randomly. They tell me, okay, this Friday you have to go into the city, you have to go for a 3-hour training session, then you have to come back and work for 7 hours, and then you have to write these student reports over the weekend. So like I have that stuff happen to me all the time. So there's some days where I can't chat with people. All right, number 7. Just so I don't make this forever, I put down that YouTube. So one of my guilty pleasures, and I'm really ashamed of this one, is sometimes after work, I finish quite late. So sometimes I don't get home till 10:30, 11. And if it's a day, again, where I'm called out to do a last minute, like, get together with my boss and my coworkers, then I might not even get back in until 2 or 3 in the morning because we're out having food and then having drinks. I don't drink alcohol, but I just go to hang out with my coworkers and my boss. So anyway, because I always come home late, that I always end up I need always like a bit of time to cool down before even I go online and chat with people if anyone else is online. So in that space between like what I do at nighttime and like after work, that space, I will watch reality TV on YouTube. Yeah. Like, I am not proud of this. The reason why I would watch reality TV is, like, I find that people have been able to upload episodes of random reality TV shows from the UK and from America. I tend to prefer the UK reality TV shows because they're a bit less exploitative. I'm not sure if I'm using the right word. English teacher fail. They don't exploit people as much as American reality TV television does, because, oh my god, you guys, like you got people doing the craziest shit just to get on TV in America. It's so insane. And so I'll just watch this really mindless, stupid stuff for about a half an hour to an hour maybe every night, because this is like, I just don't want to think about anything. I just spent the whole day thinking about, English grammar, or talking about an English book, or talking about, exposition, rising action, climax, like in the book study classes. And so I need something. I just need to shut my brain off for an hour. So I watch reality TV that's been uploaded on YouTube. Some of the shows I've seen, I really love Super Size versus Super Skinny. I find it's very interesting. I like when they talk about like all the health and stuff, and it's something I'm really interested in, just seeing how they handle people's diets, what suggestions they make for people to change their lifestyle. And it's so nice to see a show where they'll like take you through the process of these people trying to improve themselves. And it's like, I find it's a very, like, it's motivational, even though there's been a lot of complaints that it does exploit people, but I don't think it's as bad as, like, they have something called The Biggest Loser in the States. I actually have never seen it, not even on YouTube. And I think it's something where people have to lose weight for money or something. But I've just heard comparisons drawn between them, and I think Super Size versus Super Skinny is a nicer TV show. I guess an American TV show, like a reality TV show I really like, is My Cat from Hell. I actually am not a cat person. I don't like cats. I've had to live with cats before because my roommate had one, and I put up with it, but like I wasn't like head over heels in love with her cat, and her cat just adored me because I kept ignoring her. But like I like to watch the show because the thing is, like, I'm very much against animal abandonment. So I just like to see a show where, these people, a lot of it's probably, I realize a lot of this is probably fake, but I still like to see, I just like the idea that people are willing to at least make the right changes in their lives to fit their animal companion instead of just throwing their animal companion away in a shelter, because often when that happens, then the animals do get put down. And this is something I'm very strongly against, just, taking an animal and deciding that it's useless, you don't know what to do with it, and that's just it, you're just going to throw it away like it's an accessory. I'm really, really against that. So I like to watch that show, My Cat from Hell. I like to see, the transformation and just seeing cats given a second chance instead of being tossed out. Like, I don't even like cats, but, it's, yeah. And another one I do like is What Would You Do? What Would You Do? With John Quinones or whatever. That show is awesome. I like to see it, but it's really, some of it's really sad. Like, it's sad the way that some people will respond to situations. And I mean, all of us are guilty of this. We've seen things happen in our lives where we didn't intervene because we decided not to. But yeah, it's a real eye-opener too. So I like to watch that, like just clips of it on YouTube. All right, let's go to number 8. Oh, I don't even know how many fingers to hold up. 8. That's how many. 8. All right, so I put down carbonated water on my list. So here I've got Trevi lemon sparkling water. So yeah, I find that I didn't grow up with soda. I wasn't allowed to drink soda as a child because my mother thought it was incredibly unhealthy. So my brother and I, we never drank any soda at all. And him and I still to this day don't drink soda. And it took me a while to actually get very used to carbonated water. It happened because I spent a summer in Europe in 2007 when I went there to go study. And I had to get used to the gas water because in Italy, everyone drinks gas water. So I just got hooked on the carbonated water, and yeah, I try to drink it every single day because I actually find that it, like, especially if you get stuff that's lemon, my favorite's actually lime flavored if I can find it. But I find that, it makes you feel full, so I don't feel the need to just, I don't know, like, eat lots of food. I don't know if I should recommend that. I mean, as a diet thing, I don't want to be like sitting there eating lots of food that's going to make me feel gross and bloated. So I find that it's just a quick thing on the go. I usually just grab carbonated water and I'll take like an apple with me to work. And then for the 7 hours I'm there, at nighttime, that's all I eat. But I do eat after work. I usually like a nice big meal after work. It's just we don't have breaks at work, so I can't bring a lot of food with me when I go. Yeah, so this is something I can drink throughout class, and it makes me feel a bit full, and then I feel less hungry at work. All right, number 9. So number 9, I listen to music every day. Usually when I'm on the go and doing stuff, I just, take my smartphone with me and listen to music. I like to be distracted. The thing is, I got used to doing this years ago because people are so obnoxious and people are so rude. And I used to have just like strange people approach me all the time, especially in Toronto. And it was just like, I found that listening to music, it prevents people from wanting to talk to me, which sounds maybe antisocial, but I mean, when you have strange men who are trying to stop you and trying to say stuff to you or trying to hit on you, and you're just like, can you go away? I'm, currently trying to get between here and my workplace, and you're just making me late. So I've just found that listening to music is one way to prevent that. The worst things that ever do happen in China and Korea, like sometimes you get random people who want to take pictures with you because you're not Korean or Chinese. It doesn't happen as much in Korea as it does in China, although it's happened here a few times. So again, listening to the music and just kind of zooming by people, it prevents these situations from happening. All right, let's go to number 10. So number 10, I always, pretty much every single day, I try to plan for the future. Yeah, and by future, I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to make my, 20-year plan and let's work on it again today. Like plan for the future is, and I'm going to always try to plan for what I'm doing next week or the week after. I like to plan things in advance because I have things come up at work all the time, and then I have it's all just like, there's always just stuff going on in my life. So I need to actually always like sit down every single day and think like, okay, what am I doing this day? Okay, I'm going to take this day to go and see this movie by myself so I can just kind of have a day where I can cool down and just kind of forget everything. Let's see, I need to do these student reports by this day, so I'll work on them on this day and blah, 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 blah. So I pretty much always plan things. I'm always planning things every single day. Even now, my friend, he wants to do something on the weekend, so I'm kind of going through the schedule and seeing if I should go with him or if I should go do something else. Plus, I have a conference to go on this weekend, and there's just like so much stuff. So I feel like every single day I have to I can't just drop things drop it at the drop of a hat or drop of a pin or something and just get up at a drop of a pin. Is that it? I can't just do that. I have to always plan things in advance. That's just how my life is. yeah, so those are 10 things that I do every day. So let's see, date of the challenge, 2 more days left to go. Thanks for watching.